If you're looking for the best sports memorabilia and card break room on the internet, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Tonight's action will move fast, so we want to prep you for what you're about to see on your screen. First, the all-important dice roll number. At the top of the show, the host will randomize a series of numbers. The number selected from the randomizer will become the dice roll number for the entire show. Meaning every mystery box that is broken, the names of every collector will be placed on a list and randomized using the dice roll number for the show. Next, you see this black ticker down here? This shows you which numbers are still available in each and every Ultimate Autographs mystery box series. When a break fills or sells out, the host will ask for a number. This is where you make your selection from. Simply type a number in the chat, and the host will pick the first number they see. Throughout the show, you may see two different types of breaks: divisional and top spot. Divisional breaks are most common. In this format, all 8 individuals who enter a football-themed break will be positioned next to one of 8 football divisions after their names are randomized using the show's dice roll number. When the mystery box is opened, the football division of the team represented in that mystery box becomes the winning division. The lucky collector whose name is randomly placed next to that football division takes home the signed piece of authenticated memorabilia. Our top spot format is typically reserved for giveaways, college theme series, and non-football breaks. In a top spot break, all names are added to a list. They are randomized using the show's dice roll number. At the end of the randomization, the name at the top becomes the winner of the signed item or prize. Breaking sports memorabilia has never been easier or more fun than it is in Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Remember, every mystery box series you see on the show can also be purchased as a personal mystery box that is either shipped directly to your home for you to open, or you can request to have it opened on a future Ultimate Autographs Live Breaks broadcast. Also, while you're waiting for your break to fill, we encourage you to look around ultimateautographs.com to see if you find a piece of memorabilia you love and want to add to your collection. And don't forget, every live break spot you purchase will earn you Signature Club points if you are enrolled, which you can exchange for exciting UA prizes and store credit. All right, the time has come. Let's break some certified, authentic sports memorabilia in Ultimate Autographs Live Break Room. Tell them, boys.
Hello and welcome to Ultimate Autographs. I'm Kamen. I'm your host tonight. We have Steven producing from home, and we've got a great show for you guys tonight. We sure do. A lot of good stuff in the break room, including our brand new Run-In replica helmets. We just dropped that yesterday. We've only done a handful of boxes. A lot of huge names out there, a lot of headliner running backs out there. Emmitt Smith, the NFL's all-time leading rusher. What about O.J. Simpson? The juice is on the loose. We have a current guy like Alvin Kamara in that series. That is the new series, the fresh series to play in the room tonight. Got some minis left, just 9 of those left. Terrell Davis is still out there. We close that series out. Hopefully we can drop a new mini series tomorrow. Our baseball bats, just 10 left, folks. 10 baseball bats left. 3 headliners left. We got Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Fernando Tatis Jr. 30% chance to hit a headliner, 30% chance to hit a young star. A lot of good stuff. Let's get rocking and rolling. Thank you to Steven for producing from home. You guys know how we get started on the randomizer. We are looking for 6 or higher to play. 2 dice rolls. Let's roll that dice. Here we go. 5 and a 1. 6 will do. That's the lowest we can do. 6 is A-okay with me. Let's see what we have on our wheel of names. Let's see what we're going to be chasing. It's going to be a fun show, guys. Wheel of names. Let me get that pulled up, actually. Must have accidentally closed it, which is all right. I'll put it back up on the randomizer. Let's see what we're chasing. Just 5 series on the site right now. And this is a great chase. The giant minis, guys. We're going to do 3 double box breaks and a triple box break and hopefully close out that series tonight. So let me get that put up for chase item of the day. That is a good series. We are almost closed. Our next mini series is even better. Case of the day, giant minis. How are you guys doing in the chat? Say hello and drop me some box numbers as soon as we close out some breaks. I know we are, I believe we are 2 spots away on the run-in reps. That should be our first break of the day. Jason Amer, you the man, hopping into that. We have Mike Tedesco hopping into the minis, looks like, and Zachary Erickson. Those are the folks. Richard Cox is in here. Don Garrick. All right, gentlemen. We got some great folks in here. We are now 1 away on the replica helmets, 4 away on the minis, and we are closed on the jerseys. So our first break is actually the frame to fame jerseys, or rather fame to frame. You wonder where those frames come out. There are 15 framed tickets in there. You guys get a frame ticket. We will frame any item for you. Does not have to be something you win in the break room. It could be something you got from wherever you want. So I believe we pulled just 1 frame. I think Richard Cox got a frame. Let me know on a box number if you're in that break. Steven is finalizing that list. Looks like I see it. We got Brad Torres, Neil Wilson, Matthew Jamal. We got Brad Torres again. And then Richard Cox coming in for the close. Thank you very much, folks. Drop me a box number on the Fame to Frame jerseys. We've got 9, 10, 12, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. You guys know the big jersey in that series may have been pulled, but the rest of the headliners are still out there. A lot of good jerseys in that series. Emmitt Smith is definitely one I would like to see. Michael Vick, and we have a licensed Phil Simms jersey and plenty more. Run-in reps are also closed. That break is coming up after this one. Brad, Neil, Matthew, or Richard, drop me a box number. I will get the randomizer pulled up, and I will randomize for a box number. If you guys want to buzzer beat me, power to you. Power to you on the box numbers. So didn't have any pre-fills. As soon as we hopped on the air, we got a couple pre-fills. 22 from Richard. All right, Richard. Thank you very much on the 22. Instead of randomizing box numbers, I will randomize for divisions. Hopefully you guys are doing great on this beautiful Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun and a lot more fun to continue. Real fun is here in the break room, though. This is the place to be. Enjoy the nice weather, eat some good food, and unwind at night and play the breaks. You're going to go 6 times for our divisions. That was the dice roll, guys. 5 and a 1. We have Brad up top. Richard should be at the bottom. That is, in fact, what we have. Brad is up there in the NFC North. We got Neil in the NFC South. We got Richard in the NFC East. We got Brad in the NFC West. Matthew in the AFC North. Brad in the AFC South. And Richard, you've got the East and West. The AFC East, home of your Bills. Jason Amer, I'm having a great weekend, man. I'm having a great weekend. Hope you are the same. Glad to have you in the show, Jason. Definitely missed you during the 2 p.m. show. So now that Jason's here, weekend's getting only better. Hopefully you're having a good weekend as well. Box 22, 2-2. For Emmitt Smith, maybe, Richard. Hey. All right. First jersey break of the day. Surprisingly, didn't have any jerseys in the early show. So first time ripping a jersey today. The minis were hot in the early show, guys. Minis were flying off the shelves in the early show. But I think the reps can get hot tonight. But we'll see. We will see. All right, Richard, thank you very much We're calling out box 22. Richard's been calling some fire boxes, to say the least, of late. It's another fire box, Richard. What are you doing, man? You're calling off fire left and right. How about one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Hall of Famer Warren Moon on the Oilers? Let's get it. Beautiful looking. It's like Carolina blue jersey. Warren Moon, Hall of Fame 06. One of the very best to ever do it. Mr. Moon, that is JSA certified. JSA cert. That is the AFC South. And we got B-Rad, Brad Torres. Congrats on your Warren Moon, Brad. Nothing like starting with the Hall of Fame quarterback. Brad Torres with Warren Moon. Oh, man. Michael Lepre. Do you ever have one of those moments when you just forget to do something? I remember you came in during our 2 p.m. show, said to check out your paranormal podcast at 6 p.m. Eastern, gave us a shout out. I will be honest, Michael Lepre, I completely forgot, man. I was busy with a little bit of work around the office, and 6 o'clock came and went. But I will definitely give that a look after the show tonight. That is a great jersey, man. Steven's saying, hello, everybody. The orders have been flowing in. That is excellent to hear, Steven. That is what we like to hear in the break room. Warren Moon, by the way, guys, 9-time Pro Bowler, twice led the league in passing yards, pro and college football Hall of Famer. Not even a headliner in this series. I know we get really, really caught up in the headliner names. There are some filler hits, of course, but some of these series have some good non-headliner names as well. And if you're looking for a non-headliner that's baller, it is tough to top Warren to the moon. All right. Good start. We got running reps coming up next. If you're on that break, let me know on a box number. I'm not sure on Steven. Steven, I hope you're not sick. I know it's Memorial Day. Not sure if Steven had plans. I know Steven works another job too. So he's a busy, hardworking man. Not sure on if he's sick. I hope not. I hope not. Warren Moon. All right, guys. Running full-size replica helmets. We've got Brad Torres, Jay Cotton, Jason Amers in here, Don Garrick, and Mike Tedesco. So we got an Eagles guy in here, got a couple Steeler guys, and a couple folks that I'm not sure what your teams are. Drop me a box number, though, if you are on that break. Let's see. Running full-size helmets. These are the headliners. We have not pulled a single headliner, except for Ricky Williams. We did pull Ricky Williams. We got a great running back, NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith. We got Tony Dorsett, another legend for the Cowboys. Terrell Davis, O.J. Simpson. Both of those guys are 2,000-yard rushers. Alvin Kamara has the record for most rushing touchdowns in a game with 6. I believe he's tied for that record. Curtis Martin, obviously the best autograph in the game. And then Jamal Charles, Mr. Fantasy running back. So Mike Tedesco coming through with 16. Steven, you're good. That is absolutely understandable. I'm glad that you're not sick, though. So that is actually good news. You got other things going on. So absolutely, Jason, we are doing good. Let me get you guys pulled up on the randomizer to see what divisions we have. Box 16, Mike Tedesco. I've got that off the ticker. We will rock and roll with 16. 1-6 for Joe Montana. Running reps. I want to get hot with that series tonight, guys. I would like to do a lot of boxes in that series. 6 times on the randomizer. All right, Jason Amer. You've got the NFC North and the AFC West, dude. you should be at the top and bottom. Mike Tedesco, you're in the NFC South. Brad Torres, NFC East. Could be Emmitt Smith. Brad Torres, NFC West. Jay Cotton, AFC North. Jason Amer in the AFC South. Don Garrick's got the East. And Jason out there in the AFC West. Running reps, the first of, let's be real, I hope many breaks we do tonight in this series. First of hopefully many. All right, let me get 16. Thank you very much, Mike. 1-6. 11, 12. 16, I see it. Sweet. Whoa. Bump the camera. We are A-okay, no worries here. 16. Put a couple extra numbers on there for you guys. So we can do hopefully a bunch of boxes tonight. 1-6 is called out by the one, the only Mike Tedesco. All right. Let's see what we got here. Obviously, it's a replica helmet. All of these in the series are. Let's see. Ooh. It's a Chief. It is a Chief. We got 6-time Pro Bowler, Deron Cherry, 5-time All-Pro, NFL 1980s All-Decade Team, Chiefs Hall of Famer, more than 900 career tackles, 50 picks, interceptions, one of the best defensive backs of all time, Deron Cherry. That is the AFC West, and that is Jason Amer, starting with a dub. Congratulations, Jason. Let's work our way up. Fire hit to start the show in Warren Moon. Solid hit in Deron Cherry. It'll only get better, guys. Game 7 tonight, Jason Amer. I don't know, man. I do not know. I'll tell you this. I bet on the Heat plus 8.5 in the last game. They did good for me. I'm so torn. I am so torn. I'll say Boston, but I am not confident at all whatsoever, Jason. I think Boston has 2 superstars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's the only star on the Heat. But Jimmy Butler scored 47 points last game. He does that again, the Heat will win. So I am torn on that game. All right, Deron Cherry, PSA certified. Win's a win. Jason Amer, good start for you, man. Congrats. All right, let me see where we're at on our other breaks. I know we have a lot of orders coming in, so we got to be pretty close. We are 3 away on the minis, 4 away on the next jerseys, and 5 away on the next replica helmets. I like the under first half at 95. Not a lot of points the last few games in that series. Full disclosure, Jason, I'm about to be in the green in back-to-back weeks. In the positives on sports betting, I won big money on the Champions League final, Real Madrid winning. I was not sure about this game. I have no bets on tonight's game. That tells you how confident I am in the winner. I did not place any bets on the game tonight. I placed 1 bet today. Nadal lost, I think, the first set. And I got, not horrible odds on him to come back and win the match. He did win the match, Rafael Nadal, today. That was my lone bet for the day. Don Veluso, he got Deron Cherry. Deron Cherry on the Chiefs replica. All right, guys, 2 left on the minis. That is coming up next. 2 left on the minis. That'll be our next break. Awesome. Awesome, 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 guys. He was a stud safety. He was one of the best ever. Deron Cherry, Jason, and Dom. 50 career picks. Duran Cherry. Pretty crazy that he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, but he'll get in. He will definitely get in. 83 to 88 made the Pro Bowl every year during that time. 5-time All-Pro Duran Cherry. Five-time All-Pro. He was 3 times a second-team All-Pro, twice. Or excuse me, 3 times a first-team All-Pro, twice a second-team All-Pro. He's got to wait for Zach Thomas to get in first. I agree. Zach Thomas will get in good time. Your Dolphin linebacker down. All right, guys, let's get those orders. Let's keep those coming in. Don Garrick, Brad Torres, Dave Levis, Mike Tedesco, Neil Wilson, Richard Cox, Jason Amer, Zachary Erickson. All of those folks have gotten orders since our early show. Duran's a Jersey guy. There you go, Jason. Jason went to school with his nephew. That is awesome, dude. That is definitely awesome. Love to hear it. All right, orders are coming. Bob Boulay. Hey, Bob. Bob has entered the order sheet. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob. We are getting close on a bunch of breaks, guys. Let's close up those minis. We are 1 away on the minis. Double box break. Get your box numbers prepared. I bet his nephew was pretty good at sports as well, Jason. Although I don't know if he's as good as your son. Jason's son is a youth hockey star. Bob did go to Game 6, Jason. He was in the chat earlier telling us about going to Game 6. Mariano Rivera was at the game as well. Got a huge standing ovation there in New York. I know we got Game 7 in the NBA tonight. That's the big one. About to tip off in about 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. Heat versus Celtics. We do have Game 7 in hockey tomorrow. Rangers and Hurricanes. So Game 7, the best 2 words in sports. We've got some NBA Game 7, some hockey Game 7. A lot of Game 7s to look forward to. Bob saying, yep, sure did, Jason. Me and 18,005 of my closest friends. Bob, were the Hurricane fans your closest friends too? I gotta imagine there was at least a few hundred Hurricane fans at the game. Gotta imagine there was at least a few. Although that's quite a road trip to New York for that hockey. But I guess if you enjoy hockey, might as well see the city of New York as well. All right, guys, sold out on the minis. Minis are coming up next. If you're in that break, go ahead and drop me a box number. Don Veluso looking for some closer magic. Steven will get that list finalized. So we will rock and roll with the minis next. And then we're moving on to possibly the jerseys at 4 away, possibly the bats at 4 away. We are also only 5 away on the second rep break. There were very few. MSG is a lot more expensive than PNC Arena in Raleigh. So not a lot of Hurricane fans making the trip. All right, 39. Thank you, Don Veluso. We need one more. 39 is going off the ticker. It is a double box break, so one more box. Uno más. I know that Don Veluso won a pretty nice mini in the early show. Antonio Gates for Don Veluso in the early show. All right, 39 and 42. Thank you very much, Dom. We are now going to be down to 7 minis. So let's hopefully close out that series tonight. Dave had 45. Dave, you're coming in right after Dom. So we'll go with Dom's 2 numbers. and I'll get you guys set up for your divisions, and then I'll get the 2 boxes. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're filling up the breaks. How's that brisket looking, Dom? Dom is slow cooking some brisket for Memorial Day weekend. 6 clicks on the randomizer. Neil Wilson. Neil, you should have the NFC North and AFC West. We got Bob Boulay, Robert Boulay, NFC South. Mike Tedesco, NFC East. Zachary Erickson's got the NFC West. We got Dom Veluso in the AFC North. David, you're in the AFC South. Not Dom, we got Don in here. Don Garrick, Steelers fan in the AFC East. And Neil Wilson, AFC West. So far, so good. Been smoking for 2 hours. How many total hours are you going to smoke? Let's hope for a competitive game tonight. At least it's Game 7. Way too many blowouts in the NBA playoffs this year. Very few close games. Bob, in the words of Chuck or Charles Barkley, I guarantee it's going to be a close game tonight. I think it's going to be a great game. I think the Celtics win a close one. I would be surprised if we see a blowout tonight. But you never know. It's sports. 39-42. Called out by Dom. This replica helmet out of the way. All right. 39 and 42. They're right next to each other. Winding down on the minis, guys. Winding down on the minis. We've had some good non-headliner hits in this series. We had Robert Mathis, Hines Ward, and Antonio Gates. None of those guys were headliners. Well, there you go, Michael Lepre. Michael Lepre, you're an awesome dude. He played during the plug, played some of your intro video. Did you guys up well. Michael Lepre, I appreciate that. He gave us a promo during his paranormal podcast. Make sure you guys check out Legit Fantasy Sports on podcasts on YouTube. Michael Lepre's got some paranormal stuff and some fantasy football. He's a USFL expert. A lot of good stuff from Mr. Michael Lepre. All right, guys. First hit of the minis today. Don Veluso, close your eyes, buddy. It's one of your favorite players. We got Jason Taylor on the Lunar. My favorite part about this is it's Jason Taylor with the orange ink on that white helmet. Jason Taylor, of course, is a former Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in sacks in 2002. A member of the 100 Sack Club, 139 and a half career sacks. That is officially 7th most all time. Of course, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Jason Taylor. Very nice. That is the AFC East. Don Garrick. So Don, a big Steelers guy, taking home a Dolphin. Jason Taylor. So when Dom was in the AFC East, he got Marv Levy. Can't win them all, Don. Or Dom, rather. Now I'm getting you guys confused. But if you got Steelers stuff, Dom, trade with Don Garrick. He's a huge Steelers fan. All right, Jason Taylor. Pretty good for a non-headliner hit, guys. Like I said, Dwight Freeney. We've had, no, not Dwight Freeney. Robert Mathis. We had Hines Ward, Antonio Gates. Now Jason Taylor. So the Giant Minis have had some awesome non-headliner hits in this series. Don, I'll hit you up, says Dom. All right. Dom and Don. All right, this is a double box break. We had Jason Taylor to get us started. Let's see what we got in the second one. Don says, okay. Oh, how about this? Dom Veluso saying, I hope I get a Steeler here. Well, Dom, ask and you shall receive. Hall of Fame 2020 one of the Steelers' great safeties of all time, Donnie Shell. All right, Donnie Shell, as I drop my folder here. Donnie Shell was a Steelers safety in the 70s and 80s. A pro, and college football Hall of Famer. 5-time Pro Bowler. 3-time first-team All-Pro. 51 career interceptions. You know he's a part of that steel curtain. A multi-time Super Bowl champ, Donnie Shell. It was Jack Lambert, Andy Russell, Jack Ham, Mean Joe Green, and Donnie Shell. So, Dom, I can swap for you guys if we do it right now. We don't typically do swaps. If you guys really do want to swap, though, and you guys both agree, I can swap that for you. Absolutely. I'll swap the stickers. Donnie Shell, like I said, Super Bowl champ, 4-time Super Bowl champ, pro and college football Hall of Famer. Don saying go ahead. All right, sweet. So this will go to Don Garrick, the Donnie Shell. So it's Donnie for Don. I'll get you a Steelers guy. And then Dom, I'll get you the Jason Taylor. So cool. Love to see you guys getting stuff done. Awesome. What are the freaking odds? You never know, man. Anything is possible in the UA Live break room. So let me flip this sticker. Dominic Valuso. You're taking home your boy, Jason Taylor. Now we got a Hall of Fame trader. A Hall of Famer for a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame trade. All right, so you're going to get Jason Taylor. Don Garrick, I will give you Donnie Shell. Awesome, guys. Love to see you guys getting the teams and players you guys like. Destiny, says Don Garrick. It is destiny, man. It is definitely destiny. All right, Donnie Shell. All right, cool. Let me get that switched up for you guys. So Dom is taking home the Jason Taylor. That is what we have in here. And Don, you are taking home the Donnie Shell. We don't typically facilitate trades while we're live on the air, but since it's so simple, we will make that happen for you guys. I just flopped those stickers. All right. Double box break on the minis is closed up. What do we want to do next? Where are we going next? It's heating up in this room. Heating up with the hits, and it's getting toasty. Getting toasty in the break room. We are 4 away on the running rep helmets. So this is where I would love to go next. 4 spots away. This is a 6 series. Some of the all-time great running backs. Hall of Famers like Terrell Davis, O.J. Simpson, Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsett, Curtis Martin. We got a current guy in Alvin Kamara. Pretty much some of the best running backs you can get out there. The non-headliner hits are really good. I know Jason Amer, you're probably watching. Jason, let me tell you what we got as far as non-headliners. We got your boy Darius Slay, Big Play Slay. We got a Michael Vick in that series. We have the greatest kick returner of all time, Devin Hester, kick and punt returner. We have a Keenan Allen. Trayvon Diggs led the league in picks this last season. One of the all-time great linebackers, Mike Singletary. So, I mean, you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Headliners 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we did pull the Ricky Williams. We're at roughly, give or take, like maybe 43, 44 boxes left. And 13 of them are those names in there. So you have almost a 1 in 3 chance of hitting an absolutely sick name. Running reps, 4 spots away. Let's run away with it. Let's run away. Otherwise, let's see where we're sitting. We are still 9 away on the beater box. All headliners out there in the beater box. We've yet to pull a headliner. We are 4 away on the baseball bats. Big names like Juan Soto, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Fernando Tatis Jr. out there. We are 4 away on the jerseys, 4 away on the reps, and all 8 away on the minis. Double box break there on the minis. Got some orders coming in. Mike Tedesco, Stephen Hill's in the house. All right, Stephen, I see you. Stephen Hill, first time seeing you in the show today. Let's see, what did Stephen hop into? Stephen hopped in for a rep break. Mike hopped in for a mini break. Awesome, guys. So actually, Brad Torres hopping in as well. We're now 5 away on the minis. 4 each on the replica helmets, the jerseys, and the bats. So, sweet. Let's rock and roll. Let's close out those minis tonight, guys. We have just 7 minis left. So, we got 2 more double box breaks and a triple box break to close out that series. I believe we still have a Terrell Davis mini out there. We should still have a Terrell Davis mini out there on the Flash. So let's keep going. You guys get it. You guys get it's the chase. You guys get you can get a wheel spin. You guys know we can close out the series and post a new one. We are knocking off slots like crazy on the minis. We are now 4 away there, 3 away on the rep helmets. Let's see, Game 7. Did that start yet? Game 7, Heat and Celtics. About to get underway. I'm going to pull it up here in the background. Obviously, I won't be able to fully watch because, I'm busy breaking boxes. But I'll pull it up in the background and keep my eyeballs on this sick game tonight. What would you guys like to do as far as breaks? Let me know what you guys want to do as far as breaks. Oh, let me spell that correctly. I'm trying to enter my password in here so I can pull up this game in the background. Tatum's got 31 turnovers this series. I didn't realize that. A lot of turnovers. Nothing compared to Russell Westbrook, though. Russell Westbrook can get 31 turnovers in, 4 games, no problem. But that is a lot of turnovers. That's about 5 turnovers a game for Jason Tatum. He has got to take care of the ball tonight. Dom, you know this better than anyone else. That Heat defense is pesky. They will guard you. They will take the ball off your hands. If you're not careful, you could definitely be in trouble against the Heat defense. All right, good gentlemen. Let's see what we got here. Have a decent amount of orders coming in. We got Don Garrick, Bob Boulay also hopping into the breaks. We are still 3 away on the reps. Still 4 away on the minis. So let's close those up. What do you think, Dom? Over, under 35 points for Jimmy Butler tonight. What do you think? Over, under 35 for Jimmy gets buckets. I would say he is the player in the NBA that takes his game to the next level more than anyone in the playoffs. Forget playoff Rondo. It's playoff Butler, baby. Playoff Butler. It's got to be over, LOL says Dom. Over 35, okay. Well, it's going to have to be over if they want to win the game. They need a monster game from Jimmy Butler if they are to win the game and win the series. Somewhere Stephen Curry is smiling. He's like, duke it out, guys. Have yourself a tough Game 7. We'll be resting back home. All right, I'm going to drop a couple links in the chat for you guys. The replica and mini links. I think we're going to have to see Bam have a good game. He's gotten a lot of criticism last couple of days. I think he comes out strong. Yeah, Dom, I think that's the big question mark for the Heat. Who is going to be the number 2 scorer? Jimmy Butler's going to show up. Their defense will show up. Can they get a second score? Is it going to be Bam? Is it going to be Tyler Hero? Is it going to be somebody else? Kyle Lowry finally woke up the last game. They need one of those guys to step up and help out Butler. Hero being injured, though, has made things tough. Absolutely. Hero would be probably the guy I think of as the second scorer if healthy. Is he playing tonight? That's a great question. I wasn't sure if he's playing or not. I know I just listed him as a guy that should step up. I'm not sure if he's playing. That is a great question. It's Game 7. I mean, if he's remotely close to healthy, he's got to play, right? I think he was a game-time decision, what I saw, Dom. I believe he was a game-time decision, Mr. Hero. Ooh, Matt Loris is in the break room. Matt Loris, I haven't seen you in a minute, Matt. Good to have you in here. All right, 3 each away on the reps and the minis. Those should be our next 2 breaks. Should be our next 2 breaks. Still haven't tipped off. I'm looking for the tip-off. Still have not seen them tip off yet. It's going to be a great game. I really think it's going to be a close game tonight. Shams said he's expected to play. Well, there you go. It's Game 7. I mean, if you're really, really hurt, I get it. But at this stage in the playoffs, a lot of guys are hurt. Game 7, get out there, Tyler Hero, and do your thing. They had video of him warming up. There you go. Don Veluso, I witnessed one of Tyler Hero's greatest college games. He's a former Kentucky star, as I'm sure you know. Kentucky came to Mizzou Arena, played by Mizzou Tigers. I was doing TV sports reporting and anchoring in Columbia, Missouri. I want to say, was it 2018 or 2019 that I saw him play against Mizzou? Either way, he went over 20 points. Looked like an absolute beast. I did mention that on one show. Yeah, I did. And I was impressed. I was impressed. I say that because I saw him play in person, and he looked like a man among boys in college. And he's still pretty good in the NBA. He just got to be consistent. Columbia, Missouri is like the nicest part of Missouri. Tom, I couldn't agree more. I do like Kansas City. Some of the cities around Columbia are not as nice as Columbia. I got to say that for sure. I definitely second your statement. Columbia is a great college town. A lot of good bars, restaurants. Obviously an SEC school with Mizzou. It's a really, really good place. A lot of good parks in the area. So definitely a place that I call home. 4 years there as a student. 2 years as an adult as well. I was in Marshall, Missouri, and couldn't wait to get home. I've been to Marshall, Missouri, Dom. I've covered high school football at Marshall, Missouri. I've been to Marshall High School. I know exactly where that is. I remember eating at Marshall, Missouri Sonic. Sonic is like the big franchise in Missouri. Subway is pretty big as well. McDonald's like everywhere, but you go to Missouri, it's like Sonic's everywhere. And that's not a bad thing, because I like Sonic personally. But I actually remember covering a high school football game in Marshall, Missouri, Dom, and getting rained on. It was pouring. Not a fun experience. You got the Walmart, Sonic, and Taco Bell. Yep, that's exactly where I went. I've been there like maybe 3 or 4 times in my life, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Masho. What a crap hole, says Dom. I won't go as far as that, but hey, Columbia, Missouri is definitely nicer. 3 or 4 times too many, LOL, says Dom. They also have like an insanely good Division 2 or 3. Why am I blanking right now? They have a really good college football program down there as well. I went up to the college one time as well there in Marshall. NAIA, says Dom. Maybe they were NAIA. Missouri Valley State, I think. It is NAIA. Yeah, it's definitely NAIA. Missouri Valley Vikings. You played for them. There you go, Dom Veluso. Yeah. I did a story on them once in college, and I also covered them once when I was up there as a student as well, and then when I was a professional. So I went to college 2019 to 2013, and then it was 2018 to 2020, and the Mo Valley Vikings. They're also a really good soccer team as well for NAIA. So they're really good at both footballs, soccer and football. That's a small world, Dom. Well, that explains why you've been to Marshall, Missouri, playing some NAIA college. And Dom, you know this better than most. NAIA, you get a scholarship. Division III, you don't get a scholarship. So that works. They have a nice gym. I've been in the gym one time. I went in the gym to photo their plaques. So they do have a nice gym. We are closed on the minis. Thank you very much, Richard Cox. Richard Cox. Double box break coming up. If you are in that break, drop me some box numbers. Steven will get the list finalized. Dom holds the push jerk record. All right, there you go, Dom. Well, I'm in the presence of a record holder. That is good to see. I think you told us before in the chat, were you an offensive lineman, Dom? If I remember correctly, you're an offensive lineman. Played a little O-line. 495 pounds? Holy smokes, Dom. That is impressive. All right, Don Garrick with 43. We need one more box number. Center / D tackle. Okay, the center. Hey, you're the guy that snaps the ball to the quarterback. That is impressive. One of my favorite athletes ever is Olin Kreutz, former Bears center. All right, Don Garrick with 43. We need one more, guys. If I do that now, I'll be in the hospital. I've Bob Boulay. Bob has pushed the jerk before, but never pushed jerk. I love it, Bob. Love it. How is this NBA game not started yet? 7:30 tip my butt. It's 7:45. I like Dawson coming out of high school. There you go. Dermontti Dawson? I'm a huge Dermontti Dawson fan. My second favorite signature in sports. Dermontti Dawson. All right, Giant Mini number 2. We got box 43 from Don Garrick. We got Matt Loris, Brad Torres, Mike Tedesco, and Richard Cox in here as well. Don making things easy, 43 and 49. So we'll be down to just 5 boxes. Bob, it's basically a standing military press. You take it off the squat rack and lift it over your head. Cool. All right, I'll get you guys copied into the randomizer, and we're going to go six times for your divisions. 5 and 6. Whole bunch of Richard in this break. Decent amount of Brad as well. So Richard, you've got the top spot. You're in the NFC North. We got Richard in the NFC South, Richard in the NFC East, Don Garrick, NFC West. We got Matt Loris, AFC North, Mike Tedesco, AFC South, and Brad Torres, AFC East. Brad's got the AFC West. It's getting toasty in here. I will get my UA shirt rocking and rolling here in a second. Box 43 and 49. Getting toasty. Toasty in the break room. 43 and 49. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Dom saying, Richard, I got one of Marv Levy Mini. Would you like one? He's got Zach Moss Mini, Levy Football, and Steve Tasker. Would you like to trade for those Dolphin stuff? Dom saying, or Bob saying, Dom, I've got 3 Levy Minis. Do you need any more? Sure, he wants all the Levy Minis that he can get. Dom Veluso, a huge fan of Marv Levy. One of the best coaches of all time. All right, box 43 is called out by Don. Oh, my goodness. Holy moly. How about one of the best running backs of all time? Headliner hit, Terrell Davis. TD. Those are his initials. That's what he did a lot of. Twice led the league in rushing touchdowns, 1997 and 1998. Led the league in rush yards in 1998 as well. He is the 2-time Super Bowl champ, the 1998 NFL MVP, also won a Super Bowl MVP. Terrell Davis, one of the best running backs in NFL history. That is the AFC West, and that is Brad Torres. That is sick, says Stephen Ryan. I agree, Stephen. This is nasty. Terrell Davis. Excellent hit. Congratulations, B-Rad, Brad Torres. Very nice. That is one of the best minis we have in that series. Obviously a headliner, but I've really fallen in love with these Broncos flashes. The orange Broncos flash, it is nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Good start. Brad Torres had, let's see, Brad, you had 2 spots in there. So spent what, roughly $84? I would say this mini is worth more than $84. It is autographed by a legend. All right, second box in this double box break. Terrell Davis to start the party. What's next? What is next? It's another running back. I know Don Veluso's watching. Here's Don Veluso's favorite NFL player. Don Veluso, it's your boy, Dorsey Levens. How about it? On the lunar, Dorsey Levens, Super Bowl champ with the Packers. He was the 1997 Pro Bowler, career high 1,435 rush yards that season. He played with the one, the only Brett Favre. He was his running back for Brett Favre's only Super Bowl. That is the NFC North. Richard Cox taking home Don Veluso's favorite football player, Dorsey Levens. All righty. It was Dorsey, then Amon Green, both great running backs. I kind of like the signature. I kind of like it. Number 25, the great running back. So a lot of running backs coming out of the room today. A lot of good hits. Obviously not quite as great as Terrell Davis, but he did play in that same era. Actually, I think he played him before. They have to have played each other. I think the Broncos beat the Packers in the Super Bowl one year, so they would have met each other in the Super Bowl. So there you go. Richard Cox, another dub in the break room. Richard, congrats on your Dorsey Levens. All right. Let's keep the show going, guys. Let's keep filling up breaks. I want to rip some boxes. I want to have a long night. Long night in the break room. I'm a night owl. I do not want to go home. I do not want to go to bed. I want to rip some boxes. All right, we are 4 away on the jerseys, still 3 away on the replica helmets. Game 7 is underway. It's all Boston early. 9-1 Boston, 9-3. Jimmy Bucket scored now. So all Boston early. 12-3 now. My game tracker is behind. Steven wants to rip some boxes too. Doesn't want to go to bed yet. So that works. Let's rip some boxes. Looks like, let's see. Dom, doesn't Tyler Hero, does he come off the bench? Because he's not starting, but I know he comes off the bench sometimes, I believe, Mr. Hero. He's actually normally a bench guy, I think. So just because he didn't start doesn't necessarily mean that he won't play. He's like that sixth man off the bench that the Heat have. He does come off the bench, says Dom. Okay. Oh, he better suit up quickly. Got to help out his team. Sixth man. Yeah, one of the best sixth man. 12-7 now in the game. Bam's got 2 dunks. Yeah, you said it. Bam's got to help out Jimmy if the Heat want to win. I know Jason Amer was thinking about betting the first half under 95 points. Jason, if you did bet that, your bet is looking good. Bet is looking good. All right, guys. I will drop the run and rep break in the chat. 3 spots away. I think this is going to be our next break. A lot of huge names in the run and reps. We only pulled the Ricky Williams headliner. The rest are all out there. Names like O.J. Simpson, Emmitt Smith, Terrell Davis, Alvin Kamara, Curtis Martin, Tony Dorsett. Non-headliner names like Devin Hester, Michael Vick, Big Play, Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Mike Singletary, Keenan Allen. The run and reps is a great series, guys. I know we didn't get off to the greatest start with the first pool, but it's only gonna get better. Run and reps number 2, likely to be our next break. And we are down to just 5 minis left. So we close out the double box break. Steven will post a triple box break to close out the series. So love the idea of closing out the minis tonight. That is obviously entirely up to you guys. You guys want to close the minis? We can make it happen. Let's see. 16-7 Boston. By committee early. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players have scored. No one has scored more than 4 points. So Jason Tatum getting a lot of help from his teammates early. We'll see what else is going to happen throughout the game. 16-7 is nothing in the NBA, though. Those leads change in a blink of an eye. All right, guys, what are we thinking as far as our next break? What are we thinking as far as our next break? Spo sometimes... Really, Dom? What's wrong with Spo? I've always thought Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in sports. Stephen Hill is giving his green Celtics. All right, Stephen. Hey, Stephen, I did pick the Celtics tonight. I know you like me picking against them. I did pick Boston tonight, but I'm not that confident. Miami comes back and wins, I would not be surprised. For the record, I did pick the Celtics, Stephen. I did not bet on it, though. Steven's going to say, yeah, I was going to say Spo is one of the best. I like Spoelstra, but I mean, Dom, you probably watch the Heat a little bit more than me. Obviously, no one is perfect. But personally, I am a Spo fan. I like Spoelstra. He's good, but it's like team is struggling and always lets them play. Blink down 12, finally calls the timeout. Phil Jackson used to let his guys always play instead of call timeouts. However, Phil Jackson did have better players than Spoelstra. When you have Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, and Kobe, you can play through a cold stretch. A little bit tougher when your best player is Jimmy Butler. Not a good feel for the game. Okay. All right, running reps number 2 is closed, guys. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Cox. That will be our next break. So if you are in that break, drop me a box number. Drop me a box number. Loving this replica helmet series. Got a lot of big names. I know Richard is definitely chasing that O.J. Simpson. The Juice Flash. That's a beautiful helmet, Richard. All right, we got Nia Wilson, Brad Torres, Steven. Hey, Steven, you're in this break. Steven Hill, not Steven Ryan, our producer. We got Bob Boulay in here. And we got Richard Cox. Richard going with 1111. Thank you very much, Richard. I will take that off the ticker. And I'll get you guys randomed up for your divisions. Box 11 is called out by Richard. All right. We're going to go 6 times for your divisions, guys. Let's keep those orders coming, guys. We are a little bit slow. After a hot start, the orders have been a little bit slower lately. I would like to pick back up and do a bunch of breaks. Richard, you should have the NFC North and AFC West. Steven Hill. Steven, you're in the NFC South. We got Richard in the NFC East. Neil in the NFC West. Bob Boulay, AFC North. Brad in the AFC South. Neil, you've got the AFC East. And Richard out there in the AFC West. Let me get a drink here, a little breather, and then I'll get box 11. All right. Box 11. Here's 11. Guys, if you're just tuning in now, we are on at 7 o'clock on Sundays. I know we've been on 7 o'clock Central Standard Time the last couple weeks. I know we changed up the times, 12 and 7, 2 and 8. It's now 2 and 7. So 7 o'clock start on Sundays, guys, from now on, as well as Saturdays. All right, running rep. Break number 2, box 11. It's called out by Richard. All right, here we go. Second break of, I hope, many. I would love to get rolling with this series tonight. Would love to get rolling. All right, Richard, you picked out a winner. We got one of the best college players of all time. Anthony Carter was a former Big Ten MVP. He was a great receiver, a great returner, returning kicks, punts, etc. Beast in college, a college football Hall of Famer. Pretty good in the NFL as well. 3-time Pro Bowler with the Vikings. Played in the mid to early 80s as well as the 1990s. Anthony Carter on the Vikings Lunar. So, Richard Cox, NFC North, congrats on the dub. Those fire hits in this series are still hiding. We'll definitely get those coming up. But Anthony Carter, a really solid receiver in the 80s and 90s. That is JSA certified, Richard, on your Anthony Carter dub. Little closer magic, little box number magic for Richard Cox. Taking home the dub. All right. Congrats, Richard. Richard's doing a lot of winning. You can't get Tom Brady every time. You can't get Derek Jeter every time. But it is another dub for Richard Cox. Anthony Carter replica lunar helmet. Vikings got a lot of good helmets on everything. Their standard helmet is insane, but their lunars are pretty slick as well. Anthony Carter. All right. 2 down in the running reps. Still got all headliners left except for Ricky Williams. So let's keep getting that series rocking and rolling. The hits will only get better, guys. We are 4 away on the next jerseys, the football jerseys. 4 away on the baseball bats. Pretty wide open on the rest of the breaks, guys. Pretty wide open on the rest. So let me know what you guys want to get into. Holy moly, 24-9 Celtics. So all Boston early on. Miami, they've got Butler, but they're not necessarily a great offensive team. I know in the NBA you can make comebacks left and right, but they don't want to get down too much. They don't want to get down too much too early in the game. Let's see, 24-14 now. In big games, you need guys off the bench to step up. Grant Williams has 7 points already. I think he stepped up late in that Bucks series. He is definitely stepping up tonight for the Celtics. 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 at the line. So Grant Williams is stepping up. He just got a 4-point play down. Oh, they need it. They definitely need it. Looks like Vincent. Vincent getting Bob. Vincent has cool shoes, Dom. I've got the game rolling in the background. Those are some sweet shoes for Gabe Vincent. Much needed 4-point play. Much needed. All right, guys. Love chatting with you guys. Let's get those orders coming in. Memorial Day weekend, a little bit slower than our typical Sunday night show. Sunday night is typically a really, really busy show. Sundays, lots of stuff coming in on Sundays. I break every Sunday night. Steven produces Sundays. He is producing remotely tonight. One of our hottest shows of the week. Let's keep going. Let's keep that Sunday tradition going of doing a lot of breaks. We've done 2 replica breaks, 2 mini breaks, and a jersey break. So 5 down early on in the program. I think we can do a lot more. I think we can do a lot better than 5. I know we'll get at least 1 baseball bat break done. There are just 10 baseball bats left, guys. A lot of big names left. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., best hitter in baseball. We got Fernando Tatis Jr., the great young talent, and Juan Soto. So we got 3 league MVP candidates out there. Just 10 boxes left. Those young stars, their value is only going to go up as they keep getting older and better. All 3, I think, under 25. All 3 with bright futures. The minis, I know we just pulled the Terrell Davis, but pretty much all of the hits in this mini series have been straight up fire. So, I mean, look at the headliners are great. The non-headliner names, look at some of these names. Those are some great names there. I would definitely like to get the minis closed out tonight. We got a double box break and a triple, hopefully, to close out the series. The running reps, I know I've hyped them up a lot tonight. First couple pulls, not as good as what's coming next. Still got Emmett Smith out there. We still got O.J. Simpson, Tony Dorsett, Terrell Davis, Curtis Martin, Alvin Kamara. Non-headliners like Keenan Allen, Devin Hester, Michael Vick, Darius Slay, Trayvon Diggs, Mike Singletary. Need I go on? This is a solid series. Solid series. Pretty much all the boxes we've done so far have been the lesser hits, which only means the better hits are coming. They are coming, folks. They are definitely coming. Gabe Vincent is a guy, Don Veluso, that's really stepped up. I don't think they expected him to be playing as many minutes as he is this season, but obviously injuries have hurt, and Gabe Vincent has stepped in and been solid. I think Victor Oladipo is a key guy for you guys. Victor is a former All-Star. He's a bench player now with the Heat. If he can play at an All-Star level, the Heat got a shot in this game, and they've got a shot against anybody. I think Victor Oladipo is going to have a huge Game 7 off the bench for the Heat. All right, guys. What do we want to do next? After what he did for the France team, I expected him to get time. France were great in the Olympics. They played USA in the championship and played them tough. Kevin Durant came out and hit some incredible Kevin Durant-like shots. But France definitely played great in the Olympics, getting the silver medal. Gabe Vincent and I think Evan Fournier, right? Evan Fournier had a huge, huge Olympics for France. So absolutely. Isn't Rudy Gobert, I think, is on France as well? They've got a great basketball team. France, full of good NBA players. Tony Parker used to play for France. That's a name I remember. Stephen Ryan saying, here come the Heat. Here come the Heat. 27-17. It was 24-9. So Miami is stepping up here in the last few minutes. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I don't think Boston's going to win by 20. They're up 10 early, but the Heat will make their run. They'll make it a close game. I think Boston wins down the stretch, though. But for Dom Veluso's sake, go Heat. I know Mitch Tuteen and Stephen Hill will say go Celtics. Stephen Ryan, who's your pick to win the championship, man? We haven't been in studio together in a minute. I know we normally talk NBA. I've got the Warriors winning it all. Steven saying Boston has the pieces. I know, I'm not sure who Donnie has, but I know that James and I both think the Warriors will win. Mike thinks the Celtics will win it all. But he'd have whatever it is that they have. Yeah, Boston on paper, I think definitely has a better team than Miami. But I think we're sleeping on the Miami Heat. They were the #1 seed in the East. They're at home in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they're a little bit better than people give them credit for. Steven says Warriors in 5. Okay. I could see Warriors in 5. I expect it to be 6, maybe 7, but I definitely have the Warriors. Warriors have a proven, tested team, and their young players, they don't care. They're good right away. Jordan Poole, Looney, Kuminga. I mean, all these guys are coming off the bench and doing it big right away. So I like the Warriors as well, Steven. I will say I butchered a lot of my picks in the East. I was on the Nets bandwagon. I was on the Bucks bandwagon. The Warriors are the one team I have not butchered. I predicted them to win the championship before the playoffs started. I had them at the All-Star break. I'm going to stick with the Warriors as well. Steph Curry played great in the last series. Klay Thompson is definitely back. Klay's playing great ball. They got Steph, Klay, and Draymond all healthy for the first time in 2 years. It is not a coincidence they're in the NBA Finals. Jordan Poole also, he's an all-star level player. Andrew Wiggins, former first overall pick, he's playing like an all-star. So Warriors are dangerous. If it goes to Game 6, it's over, says Steven. Yeah? 32-17 Celtics after 1 quarter. Holy moly. All right, guys, let's get some orders in. We have slowed down considerably on the orders here, guys. I want to keep ripping boxes. We'll be here until 8:30 regardless. We'll be here until 8:30 at least regardless. Actually, we'll be here until at least 8:35 regardless, because we'll do the wheel spin because we filled up the minis. But I would like to keep ripping boxes. We haven't had any orders since the 8 o'clock hour. So let's get those orders coming in, guys. Let's keep ripping boxes. Running replica helmets, a lot of headliners left. The baseball bats, a lot of headliners left. The jerseys, I think every headliner except for Tom Brady is still out there. So let's fill up some breaks. I will drop the live break page link in the chat. Let's fill up some breaks. Celts winning this, nothing is dropping just like game 4 and 5. Yeah, Don Veluso, the Heat are very, very hit and miss from the floor. Jimmy Butler's 3 for 6. Bam Adebayo's 3 for 6. 3 for 5, excuse me. The rest of the team is 1 for 10. So the best players are playing good. The role players are doing diddly squat for the Heat. Had that 1 4-point play from Gabe Vincent. Otherwise, they've got nothing from anybody else. Kyle Lowry has 1 point, the only other player to score. I'll buy another jersey spot if someone else will help me close it, said Mike Tedesco. All right, Mike. Let's do that. Let's do it. Does anyone want to do a jersey? I know Richard Cox has been loving the jerseys lately. Richard, if you're watching, maybe you and Mike each get some spots. These are the jerseys. We got Jamal Charles on Texas. We got the GOAT defensive player, Lawrence Taylor. Maurice Jones-Drew, one of the best running backs in the league. When I grew up watching him play, Michael Vick, the best rushing quarterback of all time. We got Ricky Williams. He smokes weed and scores touchdowns. Then we have some licensed jerseys. That Phil Simms, 2-time Super Bowl champ for the Giants, the quarterback, that is a licensed Mitchell & Ness jersey. I know Leighton Vander Esch and Harrison Smith don't scream as big names, but those are both Nike licensed jerseys. And then, of course, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith. On top of that, guys, we have 15 framing certificates. So you can win a little sheet of paper. It'll say you've won a framing certificate, and we will frame anything you guys want for free. It could be a jersey you've won in something else. Does not have to be in this series. So, would love to knock off a jersey break as well. 4 slots away. That is one we can possibly fill up tonight. The bats. We haven't gotten any bat orders coming in. Like I said, Fernando Tatis Jr. is out there. Juan Soto's out there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is out there. A lot of huge names left in the bats, the cleanup hitter baseball bats. Just 10 bats left, and we have just 5 minis left, guys. So you guys know the drill. We close out a series, we drop a new series. So I've dropped the bats in. I'm going to drop the link to the jerseys as well. And I'm going to drop the minis as well. I think we can get another mini knocked off. I'll get you guys in for that wheel spin. It is the second to last mini break. We'll do a double box break, and then we'll do a triple box break to close out the series. What are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? Let's get those orders coming in. Let's get the orders coming in so we can do some more boxes. And what are you guys doing for Memorial Day? What are the plans tomorrow? What have you guys been up to tonight? Memorial Day weekend. What is going on with everyone? Let me know. I will be taking my dog for a hike tomorrow. We're going to a nice park nearby. Definitely looking forward to that. I got to get up early enough, though, because it might be hot in the afternoon. So I'm hoping it's not too hot for our walk. Gonna eat some food as well. So it's gonna be a fun Memorial Day. Let's get some orders in, guys. Let's get those orders in. I want to rip some boxes. Let's get those orders in. Like I said, we'll be on until at least 8:30, regardless of what happens. We'll be here till at least 8:30 chatting sports and hopefully getting orders. I'm a very patient guy, guys. I love ripping boxes. I love chatting sports. I love being here. Honest to God, I hate signing off early. I don't like short shows. I like long shows. Unfortunately, we haven't had any orders since the 8 o'clock hour. So if we really don't get rocking and rolling, the show could be done after 8:30. But I think that won't happen. I think you guys will get some spots, and you'll keep me busy. Keep me busy tonight. I did pick Boston tonight in Game 7, but my goodness, I thought it's going to be a lot closer. 34-17 Boston. So in theory, Boston could go 3-1 on the road in this series and just 1-2 at home. So the road team could, in theory, win, 4 of the 7 games? 5 of the 7? It has been road court advantage. 5 of the 7, because they were split 1-1, and then we had Game 5, Boston won on the road. Game 6, Miami won on the road. And Game 7, Boston would win on the road. So 5 out of 7 road wins. Home court, what? Mike Tedesco's making some quesadillas right now. Haven't been able to eat since Friday. Stomach has been a wreck, so going to try cheese quesadilla. Yeah. Definitely go for the cheese quesadilla, Mike. Don't get those fajitas and that stuff in there because it's going to be, could be ugly. Personally, I'm a huge cheese quesadilla fan. I make myself cheese quesadillas at least 3 to 4 times a week, Mike. That is one of my go-to meals. All right, Jay Cotton's in the break room. Jay hopping into the next mini break and the next replica helmet break. Thank you very much, Jay. I think we can get another mini and replica break in. I would love to do that, guys. A little bit surprised, no action on the bats tonight. I know the bats were really hot last night. Did a couple baseball bats in the early show. Not a lot of action on the bats tonight. The minis has been the hot series all day. We did 3 mini breaks in the early show. That is a double box break. We pulled 6 minis in the early show. We've already done 4 in this show, and it is our chase item of the day. So if you guys fill up a mini break, your name gets put into a list. We randomize that list. Top spot gets a wheel spin. You get anywhere from $1 to $100 UA gift card. So let's hop in and let's do those minis. Hats for bats, says Mike Tedesco. Okay. Where's Larry at? I think Jay Cotton is Larry's buddy. Larry plays in pretty much every show. Haven't seen Larry Rossland in the show today, or tonight rather. I saw him in the early show. I hope all is good with Larry. Where you at, Larry? Your buddy Jason here. We're missing you, Larry. All right. What do we want to do next, guys? T-Boss 2985. You guys know me. I'm very transparent. The Brady jersey did get pulled, T-Boss. It was an insane pull. It was a personal by Richard Cox. We've now done about, give or take, 10 jerseys in the series. We were at about 5 jerseys a couple days ago. It's a 65 box series. About 60 jerseys left. Richard Cox calls out box 52 on a personal. Thursday night at 7, I was breaking. Richard calls out box 52. About a 1 in 60 chance and hits on the Brady. I have seen Major League, but I missed the reference. I love Major League. I'm not 12, Mike Tedesco. I'm a little bit older than I look. I am actually 31 years old, believe it or not. Major League is a great movie. Go Indians. Go Indians. I love the movie. I haven't seen it, admittedly, probably in 4 or 5 years. Got to rewatch it because I definitely missed your reference. He did. Richard sniped that Brady. It was nasty. It was something else, that Brady on Thursday night. I couldn't believe it. I will be honest with you guys. That was probably the single most shocking moment I've seen in the break room. I've been breaking here since last September I got started. So I'm coming up on close to an year here at Ultimate Autographs. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in the break room. Did not expect Tom Brady on a personal. You're good, Mike. No worries, man. You're good. You're good. I'm 12 at heart. I'm a young kid at heart. We had Sean Alcaraz in here with like 6 boxes left, calling a Randy Moss box on a personal and losing his mind. Sean Alcaraz did it with like 6, 8, 4, whatever it may be on the boxes. Richard did it with like 60 boxes. That was nuts. That Brady pull was nuts on Thursday. Let's get some orders in, guys. Let's get some orders in. Jay Cotton has hopped in here a few minutes ago, but it's been pretty much Jay leading the way since we hit the 8 o'clock hour. I want to do some more breaks. This is probably the least breaks I've done in a while. I'm used to hopping in and ripping 15, 20 boxes a night. We certainly did that on Thursday this last time I broke. Want to do some more boxes. I've only done 5. 5 boxes only. That's no good. I don't like that. I want to rip some more. Let's rip some more boxes. 5 boxes only tonight? Man. I guess it's Memorial Day weekend. But this is the slowest Sunday show at night that I can remember in forever. But that's okay. Some nights it's hot in the break room. Every once in a while it's not hot. But that's all right. Appreciate you guys chatting with me. I definitely appreciate those guys that have gotten orders tonight. Let's rally the troops and let's fill up at least 2 more breaks. I think we can fill up the baseball bats 4 spots away. I think we can fill up the jerseys 4 spots away, guys. Maybe we can tag team this. Someone gets 2 spots. Someone else gets 2. I do not want to leave here without doing some more boxes. All right, technically we've done the minis that are double box breaks. So we've done 4 boxes in the minis, 2 replica helmets, and a jersey. So I've done 7 boxes, but 5 breaks. We got to get to double digits, guys. Let's get those orders coming in. Let's get to double-digit boxes. 7 is not too much. Not nearly enough on the boxes for tonight's show. I see some of you guys are still out there watching. Who wants to get some orders in? People are lighting fireworks off. Oh, man. I hate it, man. I hate it. For that reason exactly, Mike Tedesco. Someone lit fireworks off last night, and my dog was getting nervous. There should be maybe 2 days we should ever light fireworks. July 3rd and July 4th. Allow it July 4th weekend. Otherwise, not a fan of fireworks. My poor dog hates the fireworks. So I definitely feel you. All right, we knocked off another slot on the bats. We are 3 away on the bats. We are closing in on the bats, guys. 3 spots away on the bat break. I love like a fireworks show, Mike Tedesco. Like I love going to like a fancy fireworks show on 4th of July. It is one of my favorite things to do. Personally, I hate at-home fireworks. They're not pretty, they're dangerous, and they make a lot of noise. So I'm a fan of like fireworks shows, not a fan of the at-home fireworks. Like I want to go to a fireworks show over 4th of July weekend and see a show. I do not need to unload small firecrackers, though. Yep, ask Jason Pierre-Paul. He had a little injury with those fireworks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Didn't a hockey goalie pass a couple years ago in a fireworks incident, Bob? I know you're Mr. Hockey. I believe something like that happened a couple years ago. There was like a horrible accident with fireworks and a hockey player. Bob doesn't know. Wow. Okay, Bob. Stump to Bob. Bob doesn't remember. All right, guys. It is about to hit 8:29. I said we'd be on until at least 8:30. We're only 3 away on the baseball bats. I'm going to extend it 5 more minutes. We have until 8:35 to close up the baseball bats. Otherwise, we'll do the wheel spin for the minis at 8:35. Unless we are closed on a break, we will do the minis wheel spin at 8:35. So if you guys want to get in on the wheel spin, hop in there and do another mini. I'll say this, we get hot with orders, we can be on for another 2 hours. That is entirely up to you guys. We get hot with orders, we can be on another 2 hours. But if we don't, fill up a break here by 8:35. We will do the wheel spin and hop off. I do remember hearing that, said Mike. I think he was a Columbus goalie. Yeah, I remember that. It was tragic. Absolutely tragic. That obviously is an isolated incident. I'm not saying that you guys can't have your fireworks at home. I'm just saying it's not my thing. Not my thing. Definitely not my dog's thing, for sure. Last 4th of July with my dog was brutal. It was brutal. I definitely felt for the poor guy. Hey, the Heat are playing a little bit better lately. It is 41-30. They're still down, obviously, but they have outscored the Celtics 13-9 in the second quarter. So playing a little bit better in the second quarter. What about Thunder and your dog? He doesn't like Thunder either, Bob. He is not a fan of Thunder either. He's not scared of much, but loud sounds, not his thing. He is a golden retriever. He is full of life, full of fun, not a fan of scary noises. All right, we knocked off another slot in the jerseys, guys. We are 3 away on the jerseys. 3 away on the jerseys. 3 away on the baseball bats. Let's get those breaks closed up. Let's get those breaks closed up, guys. I want to do some more breaks. We'll do the wheel spin at 8:35. We haven't had any movement on the minis. But if we're really close, we knock off another slot or 2, we'll stay on to rip those bats and jerseys. Patches hates Thunder. What kind of dog do you have again, Mike? I know Patches sounds like your dog. My dog's name is Messy. I have actually played a stream with me, Bob, and he does recognize me. Bob, I actually rewatched some of the shows. I'm a very sort of like, I don't want to say harsh critic on myself, because I am a harsh critic. But I also really like rewatching certain points of shows to see what went right, what didn't go right. And I have played a stream, and he has heard me and he has recognized me. So yeah, that does happen. That actually does happen. Mike Tedesco's got a pit bull. Awesome, dude. I will say this, there's not a single dog breed I don't like. All dogs are great. Bob, an even funnier story with my dog is I'm a huge Lionel Messi fan. That is what my dog is named after, Messi, the soccer player. His name is Messi. Whenever Messi scores a goal, I'll start yelling, getting all fired up, and Messi will hear his name, and he'll be like, "Why are you chanting my name? Why are the announcers saying my name?" That's when he perks up, when he hears his name. All right, guys. 2-minute warning here before the wheels spin. If you guys want to get in on the minis, this is your last chance to get those on the wheel spin. He is messy. He is messy, but I'll tell you, Bob, he's a good boy. He doesn't chew anything. He doesn't pee in the house. He doesn't poop in the house. When he needs to go, he lets me know. Take him outside, and all is good. He can be messy when he rolls around in the mud. You know, he likes the dirt. He can get messy sometimes, but he is definitely a good guy. He is definitely a great guy. All right, let me see this chase wheel spin list, guys. So we have anyone that filled up a mini break. We have 16 names in here. We're going to head to that chase wheel spin here in a minute. So if we don't fill up that mini in the next minute, we can still close out that mini helmet series. You guys just won't be in on the wheel spin. Oh, he loves water. He loves water. He goes in. He loves water. Loves swimming. Loves getting muddy. He's a huge fan of water. He actually has a mini pool, Bob. I bought him a mini pool last year for his birthday, and we let him run around in his little mini pool. He jumps in, and he loves the water. Huge fan of water. He loves everything and everyone. Just fireworks and thunder. You hit on pretty much the only things he doesn't like. All right, guys. We are going to do the chase wheel spin randomization. That doesn't mean the show is over. We can fill up the 3 slots left on the bats and jerseys. But let's at least knock this chase out of the way here. I picture the mini pool with him. I've been in there, Bob, before. I have definitely been in there before. All right, 6 clicks on the randomizer. Bob, you're first after 5. 6th and final click, it's Richard Cox. Richard Cox is taking home another wheel spin win. Richard, I will start on 1. I know you say just spin it. I will spin it for you, Richard. Steven will get that gift card credited to you. Richard Cox. All right, let's do it. Wheel spin chases are closed. On 1. All right, haven't seen Richard. Richard, I'll give you 30 seconds, man. I know normally you like to just say, just spin it. So I will spin it. 63 on the wheel spin, says Bob. All right, 63. That's not bad. All right, still haven't seen Richard. I know he normally says just spin it. So, Richard, I'm going to spin it for you. Here we go. Uh-oh. It's good. Pretty good, Richard. I've got my mojo back on the wheel spin. $73 UA gift card. Richard! 73 bucks. Steven will get that in your account. Very nice. Steven had 97. Mike had 4. I like Steven's prediction better. Sweet, Richard. Steven will get that money in your account. It's already in your account. Awesome. Thank you very much, Steven. All right, guys. 8:38. Let me take a little peek on the site. Frame to fame, guys, says Steven. 3 away there on the jerseys. Stephen Hill wanting the fame to frame. 3 away on the baseball bats. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you guys your favorite pull of the night. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to hop in and close up a break. Not looking great right now. So, I would say these are the best 2 items we had tonight. Stephen Hill, this is what came out of the last Fame to Frame jersey box. We had a Warren Moon Hall of Fame inscribed jersey. This is the Terrell Davis mini we had earlier. Let me know what you guys thought was your favorite pull. I think those are the 2 best things we pulled. I know Don Veluso probably likes the Jason Taylor Lunar as well. Favorite hit of the night, guys? Let me know what your favorite hit was. See y'all later. We'll be out all day tomorrow. See y'all on Tuesday. Let's go Rangers, says Bob. All right, Bob, good luck to your Rangers in Game 7. Programming notes, we don't have happy hour tomorrow, but we do have a noon show and a 7 p.m. show tomorrow. I think Steven is hosting the noon show, or maybe he's producing it. I'm not sure. I know Steven and Mike are in for the noon show. Mike and I will be in for the night show. I will be producing tomorrow at 7. And then I'm back here on Thursday breaking. Thursday at 7 I break. I also break Sundays at 2 and 7 Central Standard Time. And the happy hour show at 4:30 on Fridays. I also produce Friday night. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Saturdays I am off. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 on the producer side, and then Thursday at 7 on the breaker side. Who got the moon? The moon was won by Brad Torres. Brad Torres won the Warren Moon. Pretty sweet hit. Brad had 3 spots in that break, and Brad took home the Warren Moon jersey. Let me not cover up that auto. I'll put that TD right there so it doesn't cover up the auto. Go Canes, says Steven. Looking for the Canes in hockey. Stephen Hill. All right, guys. 8:41. I will give you guys... Oh, we just got an order. All right. Angelo got an order. We are 1 away from the baseball bat, 2 away from the jerseys. All right, guys. Here's the deal. We're going to do these 2 breaks. Let's get this baseball bat break out of the way. We got 1 spot to go in the baseball bat break. That link is in the chat. And we got 2 spots to go in the football jerseys. Let's knock these 2 breaks off tonight. Let's knock them off tonight. We are so close. I will get this jersey refolded. Those are the best hits so far. But things can definitely change. Let's get that jersey break done, and let's get the bat break done before we go home. Who's going to be the hero and close out those breaks? I'll take this chase item down because we already did the wheel spin. You guys are no longer eligible to win a wheel spin. Warren Moon. This is sick looking jersey. All right, guys. Who wants to close the bats? Who wants to close the jerseys? I think we'll get these done tonight. We're so close. I'm not going to sign off with one spot left on those bats. Those bats will close. I am sure of it. All right. Let's see. Closed on the bats, one away on the jerseys. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Angelo Enzano and Mike Tedesco, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll get the bat break done. And then we'll do the jersey break. Then if you guys want to keep going, I'm happy to rip boxes. We don't have to go home. We don't have to go home. But we do have to get orders to keep going. All right, baseball bats. Steven will get that list finalized. The first baseball bat of the show. If you know you're in that break, drop me a box number. Looks like the jerseys are also closed. Awesome. Thank you very much, Richard Cox. You guys are making magic. We got Neil Wilson, Adam Miller, Angelo Enzano, and Mike Tedesco. Drop me a box number, gentlemen. We've got every remaining box left on the ticker. That series out of 30, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 25, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Drop me a box number. We'll do the bats. We'll do the jerseys. And then I hope we can do some more breaks. But let's knock off some more spots on the replica helmets or the minis if you guys want to keep the party rolling. All right, Angelo, number 18 on the bats. Thank you very much, sir. I will get you guys randomized for your divisions. We still have Fernando Tatis Jr. out there. We still have Juan Soto out there and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Three of the best young stars in baseball. Three signatures that are going to be worth a whole bunch more. This is a great time to get those big names because their value is only going to go up. All right, 4, 5, and 6. Angelo, you should have the first spot. Neil, you should be at the bottom. That is what we have. Angelo in the NL East. Adam, you've got the NL Central. Mike in the NL West. We got Adam in the AO East. Angelo in the AO Central. And Neil out there in the AL West. Baseball bats. Cleanup hitter baseball bats. Break number 1. We've done every break except for the beater box this show. Every break except for the beater box. All right, 18. 1-8. Let us see some fire. Let's see some fire in here. Thank you very much, Angelo, for calling out that box number. First bat break in tonight's show. We did do 2 bat breaks in the early show. And holy moly, let's get it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Probably the best hitter in baseball. Insane. Vlad Guerrero Jr. led the majors in home runs in 2021. Also led the majors in runs. Best on-base percentage. Slugging, OPS, most total bases. Finished second in American League MVP voting behind the one, the only Shohei Ohtani. Like I said, Vlad Guerrero Jr. I think he's the best hitter in baseball. The stats don't lie. That is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That is the AL East. And that is Adam Miller. All right, Adam. Adam had 2 spots in here. This Vlad Guerrero Jr. bat certainly worth more than $88. Congratulations on your headliner hit, Adam Miller. Vladdy, he can hit like his dad. Vlad Guerrero Sr., Vlad Guerrero Jr. I actually think Vlad Guerrero Jr. is even better. You might ask why? Because he's a better power hitter. As good as Vlad Guerrero Sr. was, I don't think he ever hit for as much pop as this man. This is sick. Sick hit, Adam Miller. Adam, if you're watching, let me know, dude, because you got yourself, in my opinion, the hit of the series. Hit of the series, Adam Miller. AL East. Blue Jays are in the AL East. Maybe the best division in baseball. Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, a lot of good squads. Junior also has the more patient approach at the plate. He does. Vlad Guerrero Sr. swung at everything. That dude was golfing half the time. And he still hit for a high average. Wow, Colon, Acuna, and now this. Great weekend plus Hernandez earlier. All right, Adam. Adam is cleaning out the baseball bat series. We still got to get you that Fernando Tatis Jr., Adam. Got to get your Tatis Jr. With this father's hand-eye coordination, which is already absurd. It is absurd. I think Junior is better than Senior. Adam, if you want to run it back or get a personal, we still have Tatis out there in this series. Tatis. That is sick, man. Absolutely sick bat on the Vlad Guerrero Jr. Very nice. Stephen Hill asking Adam Miller from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm not sure, man. We do have our jersey break coming up. We got Nia Wilson in here. We got Mike Tedesco, Brad Torres, Stephen Hill, Angelo Enzano, Mike Tedesco again, and Richard Cox. Drop me a box number, gentlemen, in our Fame to Frame jerseys. Fame to Frame jerseys. Steven, just real quickly, that bat break, 6-slot break. 6-slot break for the second one. Guys, like I said, I don't want this to be our last break. We're pretty wide open on the break page. We are sitting all slots or just one slot knocked off on every break. If you guys want to do another break, let's get those spots in. Let's get those spots in because we are wide open on the break page. Richard Cox going with 21. All right, 21 is going off the ticker. I'll get you guys randomized for your divisions. This does not have to be the last break, guys. If we get some orders coming in, I'm happy to do plenty more boxes. But definitely got to get the orders coming in if you guys want to do more breaks. Come on now, there we go. The mouse was being feisty for me. All right, we're going to go 6 times for your divisions in our second jersey break. Second jersey break. Thank you very much, Richard, for 21 on the box call. 5, 6 times. We got Mike in the NFC North. We got B-Rad, Brad Torres in the AFC West. 21 was going to be my choice too. Love it, says Stephen Hill. Okay, guys. 21 must be good then. We got Mike Tedesco, NFC North. Richard Cox, NFC South. Mike Tedesco, NFC East. We got Neil Wilson, NFC West. We got Angelo, AFC North. Steven, AFC South. Neil in AFC East. And Brad in the AFC West. Don Veluso, you missed a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Baseball bat. You missed the bat of the series. We just pulled Vlad Guerrero Jr. baseball bat. That was awesome. Awesome hit. Adam Miller took it home. Congrats, Adam. He is the king of the baseball bats. He's been cleaning out that series. Box 21. Here we go. I'll put 21 right there. Dom's happy with the Brett Saberhagen. Brett Saberhagen was a pretty nice bat. Former Royals legend. All right, fame to frame jerseys, guys. I hope this is not the last break of the night. Let's get some spots. We already did our chase wheel spin. So get your spots if you want to keep the night going. All right. We got ourselves one of the best linebackers of this generation, 4-time Pro Bowler, Derek Johnson with the Chiefs. That is the AFC West. Brad Torres taking home the Derek Johnson. He was a Dick Butkus Award winner in college for best college linebacker. He is the Kansas City Chiefs all-time leading tackler, Derek Johnson. Congratulations, Brad, on the dub. Derek Johnson jersey. Love how that Chiefs red and yellow goes together. Definitely really pops. All right, Brad. Getting the dub. Derek Johnson. All right, guys. We just saw a couple breaks. We have had some action in the room. We have had some orders in the room. But we are wide open on every break. We've already done the chase wheel spin. I will give you guys 6 minutes here, 6 minutes. Last call for orders. We are 9 away on the beater box. We are 7 away on the running replica helmets. We are 7 away on the giant minis, double box break, and 6 away on the baseball bats. So last call for orders, guys. Last call for orders. If you guys want to do anything else, let's hop in there and get those orders. I'm just happy I got that Jason Taylor mini. It was the only thing I didn't have. Well, big thanks to Don Garrick, willing to make that trade for you. Don Garrick, thank you very much for making Don Beluso happy. So 5 minutes, guys. If we get within 3 slots or less on any breaks, we will extend that deadline. Otherwise, we're going to go at 9 o'clock. 5 minutes here. I will drop the mini double box break in the chat for you guys and the replica helmet break. Don Garrick saying you're welcome. Love you guys teaming up and making you guys both happy. And it was 2 Hall of Famers, Jason Taylor and Donnie Shell. I will drop the cleanup hitter baseball bat link in the chat as well. And the generic UA Live break page link. So you guys have everything at your disposal. Let's get those orders coming in. We got 4 minutes until 9 o'clock. If we're within 3 slots or less on any break, we will stay on a little bit longer and fill up that break. If we're still sitting at 7, 6, 9 spots away like we are on stuff right now, that will be the show. Let me take a look at this NBA game. Ooh, Don Beluso. NBA game got close. 55-49 Celtics at the half. It was Celtics by 15 after 1 quarter. That lead down to 6 points. The Heat have a fighting shot. 24 points from Jimmy Butler. You kidding me? Jimmy getting buckets, 24 points. He is 8 of 11 from the field, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. I mean, I'm speechless. Jimmy Butler having one of the all-time great playoff performances, and when you consider back-to-back games. He went for 47 last night. He is on pace for 48 tonight, or 2 nights ago, rather. Holy cow! Jimmy Butler. Down, I'm a Bulls fan. Jimmy used to get buckets in Chicago. We traded him for Zach LaVine and a draft pick, and we failed. If I'm Spo, I roll out Duncan Robinson to help with threes. Let me ask you, Dom, what happened with Duncan Robinson? He was such a key part on that team in the bubble a couple years ago when they made the NBA Finals. He seems to be like a forgotten man. Duncan Robinson, he was a starter for the Heat at one point. Like, he hasn't even played in this game. What's going on with Duncan Robinson? Crazy, man. Where did all his minutes go? 37% from 3 this season. Not bad. He is 40.6% for his career. So a little bit lower than average. Looks like he struggled shooting the 2s this year, but dude can spread the floor and knock down some 3s. It is very interesting how he is completely out of the rotation. He played 5 minutes in Game 6, 28 in Game 5, 23 in Game 4, only 4 in Game 3, and only 14 in Game 2. So that's wild. I'm surprised not to see Duncan. He struggled at the beginning of the year, and Strus is better on the defensive end than Duncan. So it was an easy switch, but Duncan has come in and hit 3 threes and would sit down. Okay. Well, you need offense in the second half. Strus, though, yeah, makes sense. Better defensive player. All right, guys. Last call for orders. 1 minute left. We are still 7 away on the replica helmets. All headliners out there except for Ricky Williams. Still 7 away there. We are still 7 away on the minis. We are still 6 away on the baseball bats. So it is 9 o'clock. We haven't had any orders in the last 17 minutes. I did give you guys a last call. I think this is going to do it. I think this is going to do it for tonight. Only 2 hours tonight. I love doing the 3-hour shows, but it's been a little slow tonight. If there's anyone else that wants to get in something, let me know now or get your spots now. Because we have been pretty slow over the last hour. We were red hot the first hour, cold the last hour. So if you guys do have a spot in the mini break, or the replica break, or the beater box, all of our spots carry over to the next show. So anything that doesn't fill tonight, that carries over to tomorrow's noon show. If it doesn't fill during the noon show tomorrow, it carries over to 7 o'clock on Monday. We are on 12 and 7 Monday through Friday Central Standard Time, 2 and 7 on Saturdays and Sundays, and then we're also on at 4:30 to about 5:30 for happy hour Monday through Friday. Programming note, no happy hour on Memorial Day tomorrow, but we do have a noon show. Mike and Steven tomorrow at noon. It'll be Mike and I tomorrow at 7. You'll see me back tomorrow for 7, and I'll be back breaking on Thursday at 7. Thank you very much to Steven for getting all the orders in tonight. Steven, thank you very much for producing from home. And thank you very much to everyone that ordered tonight. Had a solid show. Honestly, the slowest show I've had in a while on Sunday nights, but it is understandable with Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure on Thursday it's going to be crazy when I'm breaking on Thursday. And we did have some good hits, though. A Warren Moon jersey. We had a Vlad Guerrero Jr. bat. And we had a Terrell Davis mini. So there was some fire in the room. Per usual, we'll see you tomorrow at 12 and 7 Central Standard Time for plenty of more fire. Later, guys. And good luck to your basketball teams tonight. For Steven, the Celtics. Stephen Hill for Don Veluso, the Heat. See you guys tomorrow. And a happy Memorial Day to everyone out there.